Hiring Odoo developers, you've got options, but not all are created equal. Freelancers may look cheap, agencies may promise the moon, but what actually drives success and ROI? Let's break it down. But before we proceed further with this particular video today, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates from our end. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. Now I've created a comparison chart wherein we'll be looking at basically the criteria, and we'll be comparing that particular criteria listing for the freelancers, agencies, and the staff augmented what we say as the certified Odoo developers. So let's get into it now. So the very first criteria here you can see is that we have set it up for the cost versus value, and you can see that most of the times the freelancers may appear to be cheap on paper, but there are basically different hidden costs that pile up. That include, for example, reworking, delays, integration errors, and whatnot. On the other hand, agencies, they are high retainers but have low flexibility, whereas the certified developers via staff augmentation offer the sweet spot: fair pricing, high quality delivery. Now coming to the availability, there you can see that the freelancers are basically unpredictable about their availability, while the traditional agencies have a scheduled availability there. And for the certified Odoo developers that you have had through staff augmentation, they are basically available on demand. So whenever you have your requirement, you just tell them, and that particular dev will be available on as per your own demand. Coming to the technical depth, if you talk about the depth of the technical thing there, it varies widely for the freelancers because they are doing this and that, God knows what else. But for the traditional agencies, you can see that they have some limited hands-on experience with the technical depth in the Odoo scenario there. Whereas the certified Odoo developers, they already know the in and outs for the Odoo framework, and they are the experts within the same, right? So they do have the technical depth that is required for the Odoo development. Coming to the business logic, freelancers, they often lack the business logic because they have never worked completely on the business logic. For example, if we talk about the manufacturing, the construction, or the healthcare, so they don't have the exact knowledge of those business logics, right? What exactly works, how things work within that. So they are often lacking that particular business logic, understanding that. But the traditional agencies, they have kind of a generic understanding but not of a higher level. And if we talk about the certified Odoo devs, they're basically already aware for the business logic, process awareness thing there. So you have a plus point for that as well for the certified Odoo developers through the staff augmentation model. Coming to the accountability, if we talk about accountability, there is no accountability on the freelancers, and because they have no service level agreements out there that have been done. For the traditional agencies, if we talk about accountability, it's kind of an agency level accountability, right? And the end developer is never accountable for what he has done. But in the case of the certified Odoo developers vetted through staff augmentation, then the accountability directly comes down to the developer level itself. So the developer is held accountable for what he does and what he does not do, right? So we have a plus point for that as well for the accountability. Now coming to the scalability, as the freelancers, they basically work solo only. So there's not that kind of a margin to scale in case of the freelancers. With the traditional agencies, there is a delay in scaling because they need to hire more people. Their processes are kind of in a long churn kind of a thing that takes too much of a delay there. But if you talk about scalability in the staff augmentation model for the certified Odoo devs, the teams can be scaled instantly, right? Because you already have a vetted pool of Odoo developers that they can instantly provide you with. So you can scale, like for example, if you talk about scalability, initially you asked for 2 devs, and after 3 days you wanted that additional 3 devs to be augmented within your team. And yes, then that can be done, and then that particular scalability can be achieved there. Coming to the communication part, freelancers, the communication part with the freelancers is always delayed, and for the traditional agencies, there's a layered hierarchy that needs to be followed for the communication with the end developers there. But in the case of staff augmented certified Odoo developers, you have a direct and an agile communication between the dev and yourself, right? Now, to give you an example, for example, let me talk about one company that hired a freelancer, right? And the delivery of the custom purchase of order approval basically took around 3 weeks, and along with the failed testing. While other company used certified staff augmented Odoo developers, and the same logic was done in 4 days, fully tested, documented, and deployed to the staging with Git. So, what's the smart way to forward? Well, hire certified Odoo developers who bring technical mastery, functional clarity, and accountability to your ERP. Don't compromise on cost, quality, or speed. Choose the model that delivers real return on investment. Certified, vetted, ready to scale. That's Odoo done right. So if you're looking for hiring certified Odoo developers who can bring technical mastery and the rest of the features as well alongside, then you can drop us an email at sales@apogent.com and we'll help you with the same. Till next time, it's adios from my end.